Teachers of Reddit, what's the most creative excuse a student has given for missing homework? Okay, so I've been teaching high school English for 7 years now, and I swear I've heard everything when it comes to homework excuses. But this one student, Jason, from like 3 years ago, he was on another level with his excuse game. This kid was smart of but just hated doing homework, which like same TBH. But instead of just not doing it, he'd come up with these elaborate stories that were so specific and weird that you almost had to believe them. Anyway, one Monday morning, Jason comes in looking actually stressed, not his usual chill self. And I'm collecting the weekend essay assignment that was worth a decent chunk of their grade. When I get to Jason, he looks at me all serious and goes that he doesn't have it. I'm like, okay, Jason, what is it this time? Expecting something quick. But no, this man launches into the most detailed story I've ever heard. Apparently, his grandma has this African gray parrot named Anthony that she's had for like 20 years. The parrot can talk and mimic sounds and stuff. Jason says he finished his essay Sunday afternoon and printed it out at his grandma's house where he was staying for the weekend. He left the essay on the kitchen table while he went to help his grandma bring in groceries. When he came back, Anthony had somehow gotten out of his cage and was just shredding his essay. Not eating it, shredding it, methodically, into tiny pieces. Jason said he tried to save it, but the parrot had this weird vendetta against his homework specifically, and destroyed the whole thing before he could stop it. He said he tried to reprint it, but his grandma's printer ran out of ink, and he didn't have his essay saved anywhere because he'd written it on his grandma's ancient desktop computer that crashed right after he printed it. I was like, sure, Jan, this is next level even for you. I told him he had until tomorrow for half credit. After class, he actually came up to me looking genuinely upset and was like, Ms. Elise, I swear this actually happened, I'm not making it up this time. And pulled out his phone to show me a video his grandma had apparently taken of Anthony the parrot sitting on the kitchen table surrounded by tiny shreds of paper, looking smug af. I was still skeptical because, like, it could be any paper? So I told him I'd need more proof. The next day, this kid comes in with his rewritten essay and his grandmother. His actual grandmother came to school with him. This tiny 70-something woman walks into my classroom before first period, with Jason and a photo album. She sits down and starts showing me pictures of Anthony the parrot through the years and telling me stories about how he's always had this thing about paper. She was so sweet and earnest about the whole thing, telling me how bad she felt about Jason's homework and how he'd stayed up late rewriting it. She even brought a little baggie with some of the shredded paper that had visible fragments of Jason's essay header on it. I was completely floored. Like, either this was the most elaborate homework excuse Con ever pulled, involving a grandmother accomplice and a paper shredding parrot, or it was actually true. I gave Jason full credit for the rewritten essay. What else could I do?